How do I approach improvising? That is a big topic. Well, you know, I'm a French teacher, so I kind of compare it to learning a language. You know, how am I speaking to you right now? I didn't prepare this, obviously, I hope. Not too obviously. But I've studied vocabulary over the years. We all have, right? We've all been, you know, around here anyway, we've all been speaking English for a long time. And we respond to each other. Well, I think that kind of is what happens on the bandstand. You get up there, you're playing, and ideas come into your head and you express them. Now, the better you get, I think the smaller of a gap there is between the idea that comes into your head and your ability to play that idea on your horn. You know, we all listen to great players when we're just starting out, but we can't go out and play like them immediately. We have to build the vocabulary. We have to gain experience playing. And I think the more you do that, I think it's just kind of a natural thing that humans do. I think we naturally want to express ourselves. The more vocabulary you gain, the more vocabulary you can express yourself. Who was Wynton Marsalis's piano player for a while? Marcus Roberts. I heard him say something like that. If you have a vocabulary of 10 words, you're not going to be able to say much. So what's vocabulary? Vocabulary is just making up melodies on your own, you know? But the tough part is making those melodies make sense. Somebody once told me, this has always stuck with me, it makes you think about the song in a different way. Listen to Clifford Brown's solo on Joy Spring, okay? I mean, as trumpet players, we've all listened to that solo a million times. One of the great things about that solo, in my opinion, it's almost like he's composing another song on the spot. I mean, that's what good improvisation is, right? You're kind of spontaneously composing. So how good is that composition? How imaginative is that while remaining loyal or faithful to the harmony, while acknowledging the harmonic structure of the tune, but while not confining yourself so much to the harmonic structure of that tune. There's a lot of opposites you deal with as a jazz improviser. You have to reinterpret the song, but you can't just stick to the melody, or usually you can't just stick to the melody. Some great improvisations stick very closely to the melody. Other great improvisations go very far away from the melody. But what I think, this is just my opinion, that what those two great improvisations have in common is that they make you think about the song in a slightly different way. So I'm thinking of a trumpet player like Kenny Dorham. If you listen to a lot of his improvisations, they stick pretty closely to the melody, okay? I think one of his albums I'm thinking of is called like Trumpet Toccata or something. It's just, or Matador, forget which one exactly. But he sticks very closely to the melody, all right? And then you'll have somebody like, I don't know, Kenny Wheeler, who just goes crazy on the trumpet, plays all over the place. But his improvisations are great too for very different reasons. So that's the beauty of this music. It allows you to be so original, but there are certain rules you have to at least acknowledge, in my opinion. It's like playing tennis. You can't just play tennis without a net. You need the net. But what you do within that form, that's the challenge. All right, what are the rules you have to stick to? Well, the first one is the harmony, the chord progression. You have to at least know where the tune's going, okay? Now, what you do inside of those chords or outside of those chords, that's up to you, but you kind of, your solo has to acknowledge that those chords are there. What I'm trying to say is if you just play anything that has nothing to do with the tune, I think you're gonna at least run the risk of maybe losing your audience. So that's a rule. I think a very important rule is time. Some might say that's the most important rule. If you're not in time, if you're not swinging, you know that song, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. If it's not swinging, if you're not grooving with the rhythm section, you can be playing all the cool licks you want, but it's not really gonna resonate with people because I think, you know, people respond to rhythm. If the rhythm of what you're playing is not in sync with the rhythm of what everybody else is playing, your solo is going to lose some efficacy. I'm Sam Robinson. You've been watching Player to Player. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.